This is Vara, the VCR show, and we're here live at the Houston Comicpalooza, and I am with Poisson Ivy. But what is your real name?
Eight.
And how long have you been doing this?
Since 2017, I think.
And how many times have you done the Poisson Ivy costume?
This is actually my third time, and it's my favorite version. Transformed.
Is there anything particular that draws you to the Poisson Ivy character?
The red hair.
I'm going to go with that's your favorite color.
Yes.
And are you local? Is this your first time to Houston?
No, I'm originally from Houston. I currently live in Austin, but I come back every year for this. All my family lives here.
Now, do you normally do the comic circuits, or do you do other different types of circuits as well?
Usually comic circuits, movies, really
What have been some of your more creative costume pieces or characters that you've kind of gone with?
I did Wonder Woman yesterday, and I made that from scratch, and I was pretty impressed with myself. We're pretty proud of it. But the most creative, I'd say Storm, when I did Storm. Very involved.
And so for a costume like this, or Wonder Woman, because you said you made it from scratch, how long does it take you to make this costume?
Wonder Woman took about 3 or 4 days if I put it consecutively, but I had to rush it, so it actually did take 3 or 4 days consecutive. I worked on it.
And the Poisson Ivy?
Poisson Ivy took about 2 days to put together.
And when did you kind of find that you really enjoyed doing this? Because it's not like people wake up and say, hey, I want to be a comic model. So when did you kind of discover that?
Well, I've always loved Halloween, and when I discovered cosplay, it was pretty much like you can have Halloween multiple times throughout the year. So, yeah, and I've always been a creative person. I'm an artist by trade, so yeah.
So what kind of art do you do?
I'm an oil painter, I paint portraits.
And did you go to school for that, or?
I went to school for pre-med, pre-med biology. Yeah.
Awesome. Everything, we all find our passions later in life. I found journalism later in life, so it's not a problem. So with that being said, you said Halloween was your favorite. Okay, so with that being said, what's your favorite horror movie?
My favorite horror movie, and I just realized this is a horror movie, is Dracula.
Okay.
To Dracula.
Oh, the Bram Stoker's Francis Ford Coppola Dracula. With Keanu Reeves and Gary Oldman and Winona Ryder.
One of my favorite movies. And then I realized it's a horror movie.
Originally when Bram Stoker wrote that, it was actually meant to be a love story. Yeah.
Exactly. It's a funny story. So I was talking to a friend of mine who's also a horror connoisseur, and I asked him, is that considered a horror movie? Because there was a list of 100 of the greatest horror movies, and that was on it. I was like, that's a horror movie? And they're like, yeah, what'd you think it was? I thought it was a love story.
Well, the writer thought it was a love story too, but everyone else said no. Well, thank you so much for this wonderful interview, and I appreciate that.